Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you're a biological sciences grad, you already know the path forward can sometimes seem, well, pretty daunting. Today, we're taking a comprehensive career counselor's guide and turning it into a super clear, visual roadmap. We're going to completely demystify the complex world of Indian competitive exams for you. Let's just jump right in, shall we?
Here's our game plan for today. We'll be hitting 5 key areas. First, the post-graduation dilemma. Second, stepping stones, specifically master's degrees. Third, the research fellowship route. Fourth, elite institutes and government roles. And finally, putting it all together into the ultimate career roadmap.
All right, part 1, the post-graduation dilemma.
What exactly should you do after graduation? It's the big, heavy question looming over every single biology, biotech, and microbiology grad. You're probably sitting there wondering, do I go for higher studies, jump right into research, look for a government job, academia, industry? Honestly, looking at the sheer alphabet soup of exam options out there is enough to make anyone's head spin right out of the gate. But here's the absolute best advice from our career counselor. The answer largely depends on choosing the right competitive examination aligned with your career goal. It's that simple, but so profound. Your future isn't just about what you study. It's about being strategic. You have to align the correct exam with your specific ambition. It's not just about grinding and studying hard, right? It's about studying smart for the right test.
Moving on to Section 2, Master's Degrees as Stepping Stones. Let's look at the immediate next step for fresh grads aiming for MSc and integrated PhD programs. You've basically got the big 3 entrance exams right here. And what's really crucial to understand is how each one uniquely targets a completely different tier of prestigious institutions. You've got GAT B, which you absolutely need if you're gunning for DBT-supported postgraduate programs in biotech. Then there's IIT JAM. This one's highly coveted if you want to get into the IITs, the Indian Institute of Science, or NITs for some serious research exposure. And finally, CUET PG, which is your main gateway into major central and state universities like Delhi University, BHU, and JNU.
Now, the absolute key here is mapping your specific academic goal directly to the right exam. Look, if your heart is totally set on an MSc in biotechnology, you're going to want to cast a wide net. Take GAT B, IIT JAM, and CUET PG. But if you're pivoting a bit toward an MSc in life sciences, you can actually streamline your focus to just IIT JAM and CUET PG. Doing this ensures you're putting all that brainpower entirely into the test that'll actually get you where you want to be.
That brings us to Section 3, the research fellowship route.
If your ultimate dream isn't just taking more classes, but actively getting into the lab as a working scientist, you have to know about the research fellowship route. The CSIR UGC Net for life sciences? That is the gold standard. It's practically mandatory. This is your ultimate gateway for PhD admissions, locking in that junior research fellowship, or JRF, and eventually landing assistant professorships or research scientist gigs across India's absolute top laboratories.
But hey, a quick heads up, because the landscape is actually shifting. CSIR Life Sciences and the DBT BET exams are moving toward a unified examination framework, kicking off with the December 2026 cycle. This is a massive shift that's going to streamline the whole process, making it a super critical detail if you're mapping out your study schedule over the next year. Keep that on your radar.
What if you already know exactly what you want to specialize in? Well, then your focus needs to pivot based on your specific field. Say you want to pioneer genetic engineering, molecular biology, or bioinformatics. The DBT BET is absolutely your primary target. On the flip side, if you're passionate about tackling cancer biology, public health, or infectious diseases, you'll want to shift your focus entirely over to the ICMR JRF. You've got to align the fellowship with your specific scientific passion.
Okay, heading into Section 4, Elite Institutes and Government Careers.
Let's talk about how all this foundational knowledge translates into highly specialized pure research and government jobs. First up, please do not let massive, intimidating acronyms like JGEBILS freak you out. It just stands for the Joint Graduate Entrance Examination for Biology and Interdisciplinary Life Sciences. Essentially, it's your golden ticket to premier pure research institutes. Think places like the National Center for Biological Sciences, or if you're aiming for advanced stem cell research.
And listen, the opportunities go way beyond standard university labs. You've got TFIR GS for cutting-edge fields like neuroscience and ecology. GATE Biotechnology is fantastic if you're looking to do an MTech or get into public sector undertakings. But honestly, the real beauty of these pathways is the sheer variety. You can leverage your degree for incredible, niche roles. We're talking space biology with ISRO, radiation biology at BARC, developing biomedical devices with the DRDO. Or you could even take that sharp, analytical, science-trained mind of yours into the civil services via the UPSC. The sky is literally the limit.
Finally, Section 5, the ultimate career roadmap. Let's tie it all together.
Let's synthesize everything we've talked about today into an actionable master plan. It all comes backward from your end goal. Matching your exact long-term career ambition dictates the specific exam you need to conquer. So, want to dive into pure PhD research? You're going to target the CSIR-NET, DBT-BEAT, or ICMR-JRF. Do you see yourself standing at the front of a lecture hall as an assistant professor? Then you're going to need the CSIR-NET or UGC-NET. Or maybe you're dreaming of a rigorous scientist career at a government agency? Then you're looking at CSIR-NET, BARC, or DRDO. The whole strategy here is to let your final destination determine the vehicle you take to get there.
To actually pull this off, the counselor recommends a strict 3-stage timeline. Step 1. This happens in the final year of your B.Sc. This is when you tackle those master's entrance exams like GATB or IIT JAM. Step 2 happens during your MSc. This is your critical window to secure your fellowships by clearing the CSIR-NET or GATE-BT. If you nail this sequencing, Step 3, the post-MSc phase, is practically smooth sailing. You'll step confidently right into your PhD, a government scientist role, or even straight into biotech industry leadership.
So, as you can see, the complex system of Indian academic exams isn't actually some massive barrier designed to keep you out. It's a vast, incredible menu of opportunities. It just takes a little bit of strategic navigation. So, with this roadmap now clearly laid out in front of you, the only question left to answer is, which pathway are you going to choose to build your future? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and hey, happy studying!